going to be really sorry. Real sorry.
What are you guys filming?
Yes, ma'am.
So you guys aren't here with permission from them?
Yeah, probably talk to them.
What's up with the cameras?
What are you doing, you guys? Sorry? What are you doing?
What's going on, guys? Watching the Watchman here, out with Amagansett Press, here at the United States Post Office in Glendale, Colorado. This is across the street from the Glendale Judicial Center, and we were just over there. Not sure what order these are going to go up in, but you guys can see that either before this video comes out or after. And we're going to take a look around the post office here, go inside, and see if they respect our First Amendment right to take video out in public and in publicly accessible parts of public buildings, such as this post office right here. Oof. Look at that. Some pretty severe damage to that car. So I'll wait for Amagansett Press here to finish up his intro, and then we're gonna head inside. By the way, you can follow my Instagram at Watching the Watchman to be notified. Usually I post a day ahead whenever a video is coming up, so you can do that, or subscribe, because I post in the community tab on my channel a day ahead, usually when we're posting. Let's head inside. They have some different post office box sizes here. Some pretty big ones down at the bottom. So Glendale in Colorado is a enclave within the city and county of Denver. So I'm sure they have a pretty significant amount of boxes here, considering Denver is a pretty populated place. You see how it's right here? An outdated copy, 2007.
This one's even older, it's 2003.
I'm so sorry. That's all right. Struggling with the tape. Focusing on.
The round box, the round envelope. You want it express, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's it.
How you doing? I need to ship this to the
If the shipping label is not give you the return address, you have to write address on the box.
for return.
Yeah. A box is because the shipping label I can only print this
Yeah.
only the shipping, even no name on it.
Okay, so I can put a return on it real quick.
Okay, that, tell me that. Okay, well, give me the zip code first.
80220.
80220. That's what we're going to. Not here.
Yeah.
Customer conference room?
Where to?
Oh, sorry, 232.
The first one of those I've seen.
Wonder if it's open to the public.
Customer conference room, check.
2322.
Locked.
23. 2. No. 2. Start at 2. 2, 3, 220.
What are you guys filming? Talk? What are you guys filming? Oh, we're just work. Just for fun? Sorry? Just for fun? No, not at all. Not for fun at all. No. I was wondering, just because I'm on a camera, so. Oh, that's their cameras. Numerous cameras, yeah. Just a random person kind of standing with the camera, you know, just inquiring what's going on. Yeah, no problem. You can ask, sure. Yeah. I get it. So, what kind of work? Well, I can't discuss it. You can ask the gentleman about it. Okay.
And then give me the sticker.
5023. Caledonia C.
Is this a pumpkin place?
5023, right? Zip code 23, that's correct, right? 202, 5023. C, A.
Do 2, 3. We try a different zip 2, 3, 225.
Okay, it should just be back
I'm
on
telling you,
Yeah.
and here's no such number. And so that would actually send it back to the sender, so they should be getting it back. So they need to send it to you.
So, number 16 sent out the term sentence.
Well, it goes to Colorado Springs because they handle it.
5023.
They probably have a lot of mail. I don't know, I don't know where it is, but it has to go back to the sender. So you're just gonna need to notify them that resend it to us.
I suppose this morning they said they hadn't received it.
Okay, now we get the name and that from the top, and the name of the person, right?
Check. Yep. Thank you.
So it should be something and send it to you correctly. They should have paid it. Yeah, it's a, so I would have them stop here on that check. Where would you be checking? No, I have no idea. That's interesting.
They said to ask you.
All right, thank you. No answer? Nobody knows.
No. The filming about?
I don't know. That's why I'm talking right now. To go away.
Can I help you? Yes, ma'am.
So you guys aren't here with permission from them?
Sorry?
You aren't here with permission from them?
I didn't say that.
You told me to ask him. He says he doesn't know. So why are you here?
I didn't. This is the first time I've ever spoken to you. I didn't tell you to ask anybody anything.
Well, you said to the other guy. Is that incorrect?
It will go priority because it's too big. So anything with the fragile hazardous petrol?
Thank you.
Lunch? I'm not up yet, so she's not here yet. Is anybody waiting just to pick something up? I can maybe get that for you. This, I've had to shut this computer down twice today so far. So maybe I can help you.
You need your signature?
But that one is signature, but that will be tracked.
They come and track it, yeah.
It's registered.
Take a picture of that. Yeah, power caption. Fracture, perishable, material.
I'll call you back in just a minute.
And again, you see the lithium battery, this one. Yeah, that's what they for intervention is for. 14, 25.
Okay, there you go. Thank you.
And anything else? You need any stamp, anything for the
And you want just the basic first class on this one?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
I mean, they can't just be filming people.
Find it.
Still a free country, sorry. Just having some trouble.
Right there. Give it.
Right, yeah.
1425.
Do the red one. And then you have to do the second one.
The documents supervisor did say nothing.
So if you do first class, it's going to be $14.25. Call the police. Now you won't have travel or insurance. You have to do priority, and it would boost it up to $43. It'll get there.
It's not tracking.
We never hear
the first time.
It tracks until it reaches Germany.
And then that's what they call custom. That's going to be last step. Okay? It doesn't require them when they scan when they do that for the first time. Have a nice day. How are you?
This lady that was having a fit says she's going to call the cops.
Yeah.
She was saying to the guy behind the counter that we can't film because it's a free country. That we can't just be here filming people because it's a free country.
Yeah, I heard her.
That doesn't even make sense. So CBK 958 Colorado plate. Just so we know who called. Want to get the door for this young lady? Thank you very much. Yay.
Now they're all talking on us. Oh, man.
He inspires all to do the same.
You can't even move people.
Oh, really? They're still there. Shit, you do that. So you guys work for the CIA?
No, definitely not. Definitely don't work for the CIA. You wouldn't see me if I did.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
People in a tree. Can't see me.
I'd probably be dressed as one of the customers and in line with you.
I don't know anymore.
Next is.
Hi, how are you? I just need a bill.
So just one more outfit?
Yep.
1195. Okay.
I understand over here if you need it.
That's the one.
Anything else?
You know what I'd like to do? Such a gentleman. Okay, I'll tell you what we're doing.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate a guy that's got a smile on his face and doesn't freak out.
I'm old, okay?
I'm with you.
I've been through a whole lot, so this doesn't freak me out.
So you remember the good old days like I do?
Oh, yeah. Well, way before you.
Oh, well, I don't know how way, but maybe you got me by a little bit probably. So look, first of all, my name's Jason.
Glenn.
Glenn, nice to meet you. This is my son, Ben.
Ben,
Ben, pleasure to meet you.
Ben's a local high school student here. 16
awesome.
years old, learning the ropes. So what we do is, I don't really like to label things, but if you have to put a label on it, we do First Amendment audits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because what we do, we believe in the Constitution of the United States, and I think I'm going to make it real quick because I'm sure you're busy. But the Constitution's been taking a beating lately. I'm sure you know. I don't know if you're an ex-military guy or not, or.
Well, I don't want to go into any
And I'm not asking a
specifics,
rhetorical statement. But what we do is we go into, we were just over at the police department, we go to sheriff's departments, jails, prisons, public buildings, FBI buildings, Air Force bases, anywhere that's publicly accessible property.
Mm-hmm.
Now what we do is we express our right to take video and photographs from a public place and public property without going in any restricted areas or anything. And that's what it is, because rights are like freedoms. Rights are like muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't exercise them, you lose them. So basically what we're doing, to put it in a nutshell, is we're just out exercising our rights.
You know, I totally agree with you. As long as it doesn't infringe into any aspect, like with the police or something, if you're filming something while they're doing their job,
right,
that can be construed as interfering with their job and what they're doing.
Absolutely,
okay?
it can. But you know what? It can also be misconstrued as interfering when we're not. So it's a very fine line you have to walk. You have to be careful. But we tend to stay on the right side of those things. We don't like to interfere with anybody. That's why when the gentleman asked me what I was doing inside, I didn't answer him, because sometimes what will happen is you ask me what I'm doing, I answer you, you don't like it, things start to escalate. Once they start going up, they're not going to come back down. We're not looking to create a disturbance.
No, I understand. It's no big deal. Except for people feel we're in a day and age right now with everything going on, especially with terrorists and stuff, because they do filming and stuff, looking for soft targets and everything. So when people see that, they think, wait a minute, what are they doing? The question pops up in their mind and it makes them uncomfortable.
And do you know why that is?
Yeah, it's got everything that's happening.
No, I mean, there were acts of terrorism in Pearl Harbor in 1941. I mean, terrorism's been going on.
Yeah, but the social media wasn't tied to those type of things back then. I mean, you could film something and then put it right on the internet and send it out over the airways in an instant.
Google does it all the time.
I know, but people feel uncomfortable about that.
Well, and that's what we're trying to get people to take a deep breath and relax and let their shoulders down and not be so paranoid. That's major media is what's gotten people to think.
I don't think that we're living in an environment today that you've got to be vigilant. You've got to be looking over your shoulder. People are getting killed in churches.
You do have to be vigilant.
Yeah, and it makes people very uncomfortable. But there's when you tell them what you're doing, then that brings out a relaxed atmosphere. Okay, right. Just saying, hey, I'm in here because I want to protect your Amendment right. Right. Okay, but if you're just sitting there not saying anything, and I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, that just raises all kinds of suspicions and flags.
But it gives us an objective viewpoint of what people's reaction is and what's going on and how these people basically it's not even about
you could see, I could see everybody in that line was uncomfortable with what you were doing. Right. Everybody was reiterating that to me as I was standing in line for 20 minutes there.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, when you were a kid, you even said on the way out that you were a little older than I am, right?
Right.
So when you were a kid, you saw somebody filming out on the sidewalk, you jumped in front of them and waved and said, "Hi, Mom."
No, not really.
Yeah, sure, that's what people used to do. Sure,
I always felt uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable right now, you know, doing this. But it doesn't bother me, because like I said, it's like I've been through a lot.
You know why,
I got nothing
You know why it doesn't bother you? Because you have nothing to hide.
Right.
And also because you know deep in your mind that there's nothing to be afraid of.
Right. Well, that's true.
A guy out with his son taking some video.
However, because if you'd followed me out the door and didn't say anything and introduced yourself, then I would have a real issue and concern at that point. Even though you were doing your amendment right to film in public places, then all of a sudden you're impeding on my space and my safe zone, and I would consider that an act of assault, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I would have followed you out without saying something to you?
Yeah. If you'd have got close to me I would have pushed you away.
I think you could tell by the way I approached you, the way I was very concerned about how you were interpreting our interaction, and that's important. I don't want to alarm anybody. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is the opposite. We're trying to get people to not. It's one thing to walk around and be vigilant, like you said, but walking around paranoid and condition red all the time is no way to live.
Unfortunately, I know it's no way to live, but I think we live in a paranoid society today. Every day, because of the incredible, and what I would say is the media. The way they sensationalize everything. We are in a paranoid society right now.
Now, okay. So what you just said, if I'm interpreting what you said correctly, is that a lot of people's fears and apprehension are coming from false reporting, or
I think that's a contributing factor.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. So, free press is your free press. I'm free press. Anybody that sees anything and disseminates that information to the public is press. It's written into the Constitution of the United States, and that's a vital part of our country.
Yeah, but the problem is I have personally, I don't want to go into it because I got to get going, but I don't think the press is what the press was 50 years ago.
There's no more.
Okay, they don't just disseminate the facts of an individual aspect, world or whatever, okay? Basically now it's become
a corporate agenda.
Well, it's more than that.
It's money.
It's money, yeah. Right. And they have their opinions. You should not put opinions in objective news.
You absolutely should not. Okay. You're absolutely correct.
But anyway,
I remember watching Walter, well, not watching, but seeing it afterwards. I wasn't born then, but when Walter Cronkite reported on John Kennedy's assassination, that was the first time he took his glasses off and he actually showed emotion. And you didn't do that back then. And he actually felt improper doing that.
Well, I don't blame them for showing emotion.
No,
that's
not
fine.
at all. Yeah.
But you shouldn't interject emotion into a story.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's what I feel.
No, and I agree.
So anyway, guys, I got to run.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to run and do Glenn.
Thank you. Yes.
So I just hope the next time you see somebody with a camera, maybe you'll realize that there's nothing. Maybe there's possible, more than likely, that there's nothing nefarious going on.
Well, if I saw somebody with a camera standing out in front of the First Federal Building and rolling a film there, I would feel uncomfortable with that. I'd probably tell somebody about it too.
But do you really think that somebody who's planning to do something
absolutely
like that is going to stand out in broad daylight? And really?
Absolutely, yeah. That's the most. That's the easiest way to do, because just what you said.
Well, let me ask
nobody would think the guy's doing anything.
When was the last time anybody was caught doing that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't have statistics on it.
Oh
no, they have caught people.
There has been surveillance.
Matter of fact, there were some people arrested in New York recently.
No, but they have taken surveillance and they've caught people after the fact, and they go back and look back and try to figure out and piece together what happened. But they've never actually caught somebody out on the sidewalk taking video that turned out to be a terrorist.
Well, you can't say that because you don't know that 100%, because we live in a country of 300 million people, and you don't read every news article and everything that happens in every city and state.
Well, I've never heard of it.
You know, but I have.
Really? You've heard of some extent? Where?
Yeah, in New York. There was just one recently where they caught a guy that belonged to actually a cell that was out there filming several targets. It was on
Manhattan?
What was that? It's on Fox News.
In New York City?
In New York City, correct.
In the past, week or two?
No, I think it was a couple of months ago.
A couple of months ago. A guy was out taking video.
Yes.
And somebody approached him and found out that he was part of a terrorist.
Well, I don't know if somebody approached him. but they found out who he was, and I don't know how they found out who he was. I'm not, you know, in the law enforcement.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of, my school of thought is I could think to myself when I go to cross the street that I could get hit by a car. Maybe I should stay on this side.
Sure, but you know, it's like everybody has their own opinion. If I see something, I'm going to be vigilant. If I see something I think is out of the ordinary, I'm going to report it.
You should. Well, I'm not going to go as far as reporting, but you should definitely be vigilant, and I appreciate you being vigilant because we all should be.
Yeah, and I think
I get that 100%.
We should be.
But now you also have to realize that a lot, you know, it's a long conversation, and we could sit down and talk about this for a very long time.
I mean, we agree to disagree, but
well, you know what? I think if we had the opportunity and the time to sit down and have a longer conversation, we'd probably agree on a lot more than you think.
Well, we might. Okay.
But Glenn, you have a wonderful day.
You
I appreciate your time, sir.
No problem at all. Nice meeting you.
Take care. You can't change everybody's mind, but you can maybe plant a seed so they think a little bit, right?
I have that on the drawer. I have that back there.
Yeah, just do something. When do I go to the equipment?
God, I need a stamp.
Can you cancel it? It says press the red button. Cancel, press the red button.
What's up with the cameras?
Oh, we're just documenting our transaction here.
Your transaction?
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten up there yet. We're in the process. Waiting a little. Yeah.
Our equipment, it just doesn't work anymore. It's so old and so overworked. That's why I'm over here, because my computer doesn't do that. There's just a survey of You're going to be really sorry. Real sorry. No, it's true. It's actually true.
Okay, the tracking ring there.
Thank you. Okay, so here's your tracking number. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Can I help you?
Hello, how are you? Can I have a stamp, please?
One stamp?
Yes, ma'am.
You want a first class stamp, 55 cents?
Yes, please.
Wait just a minute.
And do you want to listen?
Well, yeah, I've been getting mail. I must have.
You have to find one I can tear. I can't tear very many.
I remember when they used to be 7 cents.
I'm getting mail now.
No.
Yes, I do.
You still have it holding it.
Let's see.
I don't even remember that.
556.
Yes.
They were 13 when I started working for the post.
Yeah, they went from 7 to 13. I believe they went from 7 to 13. Yeah. And I also remember a terrible thing. My mother's husband used to smoke cigarettes, and I used to go next door and buy them for him. They were 45 cents a pack. Used to be cheap to kill yourself.
No,
Not anymore.
Okay, one stamp is 55 cents out of $1.
Thank you.
That's everything you need?
Yeah, actually, I was going to ask you if the postmaster is in.
45, we have a supervisor.
That would be perfect.
45 change, what just meant there's
Thank
a
you so much.
And the actual postmaster's in downtown Denver.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if there's a supervisor.
But there's a supervisor.
That'd be great.
Here, I want to get your receipt.
Sure.
Okay, so there's your receipt, the change.
The old survey?
There's a survey, the old survey. There you go.
Thank
You want
you.
to step down to that double door.
Sure, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
What are you doing, you guys?
Sorry?
What are you doing?
Buying a stamp? I just want to speak to the
You're recording.
supervisor for a minute.
You're recording on there.
Yeah, I always document stuff.
Everywhere you
This is
go.
my son. We just go out and film together sometimes. And
Oh, do you?
it's actually what I went to college for a very long time ago.
Cool.
Yeah. And they have their, I want to speak to the supervisor because their POW flag
You
outside.
can't answer the phone and then there'll be a...
Thank you so much. So their POW MIA sign that's outside is flying upside down.
You're kidding.
No, so I wanted to fix that. So that's why we're still here.
I love it.
Yeah.
Way to go.
See that? You thought we were doing something nefarious, and now all of a sudden you love what I'm doing. So you never know.
I'm a film freak too.
Are you?
I love doing that. Yeah.
More video than photos?
Oh, yeah.
Or you do both?
Both. Film.
Cool.
Good film.
Maybe I reminded you to get out there and take some pictures.
You did.
Good. Excellent.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cameras are a wonderful thing. These days everybody's afraid of cameras.
Is that a little
GoPro.
GoPro?
Yeah.
Anything you can smash.
Everybody's afraid of
That's a
cameras, you know?
Canon.
Yeah, he's got a nicer camera than I do. The kids have everything, you know?
I have a Canon too.
Just like little
80?
80D?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because
That's a good camera.
Yeah.
we have to make it so it'll...
Yeah, no, I think it's a lot of fun.
And a drone. Couple drones.
Do you? Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a drone.
You need a drone.
Yeah. No, it's nice. And you know what's nice? From when I was a kid, if I can find 5 pictures of myself and one Super 8 video somewhere, I'm lucky. This kid's got 10,000 pictures of
Oh,
himself growing up.
yeah. I know.
With his parents and with his family, yeah, it's nice.
I just spy on people.
But you know what, Peter?
I just creep around.
You do creep around.
You know what though? You know what? It's funny though because you say spy on people. It's hard to spy on people in public,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Everybody's got this notion that they have some expectation of privacy in public.
Yeah.
If I want privacy, I go home and close the blinds and lock my door.
Change your phone
That's it.
location setting.
Yeah.
What about those drones up north? I can't figure out who's fanning them, flying in formations.
Oh, there's probably so much of that going on that we don't even know about. That's what I was saying to people. You should be more worried about the guy whose camera you can't see than the guy walking around with a 2-foot stick out in public. I don't get it.
He's me, the mail that's right.
We also do.
You need a gimbal stick.
You know, we were just looking at one today.
DJI.
Yeah,
You
the
need
DJI
one of those.
Mobile 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a drone.
Do you have a gimbal?
No, I have a Mavic, bro. I can carry my Mavic around
Nice.
in my hand.
Did you see the new Mavic that came out, the real small one?
Mavic Air, yeah.
There's another one that's like this big, literally, tiny. It just came out a few months ago. I guess.
What's it called?
It's a Mavic. Do you remember what it is?
No, I don't remember.
It's a DJI Mavic. That just came out.
Mavic Mini, maybe.
Maybe that was it. Yeah, maybe it is a Mini.
If they're not delivering to you.
That stuff's fascinating.
Oh, I know. I agree. Yeah, I guess they have them the size of bees.
Paid all by bills.
Yeah, oh, cameras, you can't even imagine. Yeah.
They fly around. But they're not.
Oh, is that a real, do they actually have that?
Leaving, to be honest.
Really?
Pay all the bills.
The military's got it all.
To be honest.
And boy, do we pay for it.
Yeah, I got to pay all the bills. I still have money left over, and I didn't have to ask you for shit.
Well, I wonder why the.
I bet that's got to be a good month for you too, right?
Because somebody went out, either didn't realize it or realized it and just said, eh. That's the world we live in these days. Eh.
We actually finished off the whole thing of tater tot casserole. I was really proud of ourselves. Yeah.
But you know
I
what?
don't eat
another bad thing
leftovers
is you know,
much,
taking
but
video in public
it's
is
so
it
good.
makes people like yourself.
I think it was also because it didn't upset my stomach so
How are you?
much.
No problem at all. How are you? My name's Jason. Jake? And you're the supervisor?
Yep.
So, can we just go right out in the front? Can I show you something that I just wanted to point
Yeah, let
out
me
to you?
close this
All right,
window.
great, thank you. You folks have a wonderful day. You get that camera out.
Whoa, yeah.
Good. Take care.
Yeah, you're good.
Thanks.
So we appreciate that you're flying the flag and the POW MIA flag. Did you notice anything about the POW flag?
It's upside down.
It's upside down.
Yeah.
So if we could get somebody to flip that over, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, 'cause that's just.
I like that.
So if we get that turned over, and then maybe whoever does that, just let them know that's a huge no-no.
Yeah.
You know, because those are
All of them.
those are guys that are either locked in cages or lost their lives. You know, for
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah, I'll get
and
them out
we
here.
gotta respect them.
I'll get them out.
That's all. And also, and on another note, I just want to thank you for. I don't know if you were aware that we were here videotaping.
As soon as you walked in.
Okay. And I guess somebody at the counter said you guys were discussing it, so I don't know if you called anybody, you got advice on how to handle it or whatever it was, but you handled it well. Your employees didn't give us any problems about making video, and that's what we like to see. And
I
that's
mean, it causes a little concern with them. You know, they are handling money and things like that, so they come back and let me know what's going on just to make sure, but like I told them, 99% of the time, nothing to worry about. It's not anything that's going to lead to problems later. I mean,
right, and we don't want to raise alarm, and we don't want to disturb business, and we don't want anybody to be concerned. We're actually our goal is what we're trying to accomplish is the exact opposite. I don't know if I introduced. My name's Jason. This is my son Ben.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jake.
So we do this together as a father-son thing, and what we're just trying to do is just bring awareness to people's rights and freedoms, which in this day and age, as people like to say, are evaporating faster than.
Oh, it is. Well, that was the first thing I told my clerk. They're fine.
Good.
You know, I mean, we have cameras in the building for a reason.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
So if anything comes down the line, we know exactly what's going on.
And not here today, but something just so you have a little ammo in your pocket for that. Sometimes I've had clerks at post offices say to me, because I'll say, well, what about all these cameras? There's 15 cameras in here. And they say, well, those are private. They're security cameras. They're not going anywhere. If I wanted to, I could come in here, do a Freedom of Information Act request, or with the postmaster.
Yeah.
I could get copies of all those cameras and put them on the internet. There's nothing anybody can do about it. I'm not going to.
Well, yeah.
And that's not what we're all about.
Yeah.
But so people can do that. So just remind them of that. I mean, you know, because you can't feel like you're in public and you can do private things, because that could cause problems for yourself.
It does.
You know, and it could also cause problems. You know, somebody calls the police on me and my son. God knows what that could escalate into, and all we're doing is taking some video and having a nice chat with some folks.
Yeah.
So you've been more than professional and cordial. We appreciate that.
Well, I explained that to them. I mean, as
Good.
long as no issues came from it, that's what they were worried about.
That's it. Yeah.
But
so now we get to give you a pass and
go good.
Tell everybody how wonderful you did. So it's going to probably take a day or two for me to get this up, but if you go on YouTube, just do a search for your post office and it'll come up.
Okay.
All right? And we'll make you. I was about to say we'll make you look good, but we won't make you look good. We're very objective in what we do. You made yourselves look good.
Yeah.
All right?
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good
Appreciate
night.
it.
Thank you.
Later.
All right, guys. That is the.
This has been the Glendale, Colorado post office here in Glendale, Colorado, and
which always happens.
that went well overall. I mean, obviously some people were concerned, which always happens, but the postmaster and the other public employees here were respectful of our right to take video and didn't have any problems there. Of course, the customers were a bit concerned, but overall went well. And as Amagansett Press mentioned to the postmaster here, the POW MIA flag here is flying upside down, which needs to be resolved, obviously. So, and if you like what we do and you like these videos, remember to subscribe to Amagansett Press and I, and you can follow my Instagram at WatchingTheWatchman to be notified usually a day ahead when we're uploading a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Out.